Hello all and welcome to the channel. Today I bring you an overview of Mercurius, and we've got the designer at the top there, and it's brought to us by these guys at the bottom. Now if you're after a run through on this one, I'll be bringing you that video next week. Now this is a 3 to 5 player game. It says it takes about 60 minutes, I think a tad longer if you've got a sort of higher player count there, and this is that light medium complexity. Now in this one we are investors, powerhouses back in the 17th century. We are trading in Dutch companies and commodities as we try and profit to make the most money at the end of the game. Each player will have this player board in front of you. You'll have a space to play these pricing cards. You will start the game with 3 cards. One of these will be a black market I'll go through. You've got a news card there, and another one you may have is the investor card. So you can see all 3 here. You've got the investor card there. So the beginning of the game, you'll have 70 bucks in your portfolio. You'll be distributed those 3 action cards, which you can only use each one once throughout the whole game. You will have 5 pricing cards, and these will manipulate the stocks and the commodities. The stocks, well I should say the shares in these companies will start here at a value of 10. You can see I'm sort of midway through a game, and the commodities will start at 15. And depending on the player count will determine how many you have of shares in each company in the supply and how many commodities. So in this 3-player setup we've got 5 of each. Now on someone's go, let's just say Reds were up here, the first thing they are going to do is up to 3 transactions. Are they going to buy? Are they going to sell? Are they going to go for commodities? Are they going to go for a share in a company? So let's just say they wanted to buy 3 shares in this company at the top. Now if they bought 1 share, it'd be priced at 10. If they bought 2 shares, you move along 1, and it's going to cost you 11 for each share. So it wouldn't be 10 and 11, it'd be 11 for each one. If you wanted to buy 3 shares, you move another step along, and each share is going to cost you 12, so 36. If you already had 3 of these shares, it's the opposite way around for selling. So you could sell 1 for 10, you could sell 2 for 9, and 3 for 8. And that's exactly the same with the commodities. Now in this game it says that the commodities will fluctuate quicker usually than the share prices of the companies themselves, and you can see it sways all the way down to 1, can't go lower than that, and all the way up to 25. So let's just say we had purchased one of those red shares, we've paid our money of 10, the price doesn't change there and then, it stays exactly where it is. Maybe we bought a commodity, we've got copper down here which is really cheap. I should add you've got silk, coffee, porcelain, copper, you've got spices, I think that one is, and tea. So they may buy 1 copper, shall we say, 1 porcelain, and they'd add these to their supply here, and you can have as many as you want. The next thing they can do, we'll ignore these bottom ones for now, is you will play a card from one of these 5, these are secret, and you can see the shares are influenced by 1, so a plus or a minus, and the commodity on the same card is usually, well, it will go up 2, so either +2 or -2. Now they've just bought one of these red shares in that company, so they're not really going to want to reduce the price. They're going to play this one. You put that on the furthest left spot on your player board. You will then trigger all of the cards you have on your board. So you would have started the game with 0, you'd have played that one, so you'd have triggered just that one, but because we're a few rounds in here, this is what was played previously, and potentially, well, definitely this card is going to activate up to 3 times. And you can see you've got open information across the other players. You can see what they've played and how they're going to influence the stock market as well. So we would go up 1 on the red, so looking at the board, then we go boom, 1 up. We would go 2 down on the silk. We've got, what, 1 up on the blue. I'll just change that one. 2 down on the tea. And we've got 1 up on the green. So green is now 21 and 2 down on the copper. So if you'd bought it at 5, it's now going down all the way to 3. So you've activated everything you can see in front of you. You then move all these to the right. So this one's going to be discarded. these two go down, and you replenish a card from the main deck to draw up to 5. You go up to 5 cards again, so you got some new information. You would then pass play clockwise, and these guys do exactly the same. You can see 3 transactions, then they'd play a card, and then they'd change the prices, and then they'd draw up. But when are you going to play these 3 action cards? So you could forfeit on the first part of your turn the 3 transactions and do either a dividend or a black market. So if you did do a dividend, you play the dividend card, and you can only do that one time. You choose one of these tokens here, and any available spot that's left, you can see the green's already paid out a dividend. Say they go for blue, you put that there. You look at where the blue company is currently valued. It is 12 up here, 12 a share, but well, that's irrelevant. Actually, you go down and you can see these categories. That is the price or the dividend you're going to receive for each share. So at the moment, that blue company is paying a dividend of 4. So obviously these guys probably wouldn't have done that because they haven't got any shares, but let's say they had 1 blue share, they're getting 4 dividend. Let's say these guys had 2 and it wasn't even their go. They're going to still get paid out 4 times the 2, 8 in dividends, and that has forfeited this. They move on and they play a card. Now if they didn't want to play a card, they could play this news card. Now what this news card does, you put it here instead of placing one of the cards from your hand. So it kind of nullifies one of the spots, limits the volatility, but you get a chance to discard up to 3 cards in your hand. Maybe there's some you really don't want because they're going to influence things, you know, that you've got investments in and you've got stocks and commodities in. So you could discard up to 3, draw 1 from the main deck here, and you draw 2 from this sort of spare deck at the top, and there's a reason for that. So that is the news card. They would carry on, influence all the prices based on what they can see here, take a new card and play passes on. Now the final action to show you, so we've gone through dividends, we have gone through the news, and the last one is black markets. So if these guys didn't want to do this and they wanted to play a black market, now I need to go and find a black market. Let's just assume this was in their colour. They would put this to the side here. They would load it up with up to 3 goods of their choice. So let's say they put these 2 porcelain on here, and they have forfeited this. They carry on with their go, so they place a pricing card here, change all the prices, add a card, it goes to the next player, and when it comes back to this player, they get a chance to do this first and then carry on with all the normal actions. But the difference is they get to sell any goods on here at the current price. So normally when you sell 2 porcelain, you'd look where the commodity is, you can see it's 5, but selling 2 would make it a price of 4 of each. The black market twists the rules slightly. You can sell each one on the black market at that current price of 5. So they would sell those 2 porcelain, 5 each for 10. You'd sell those back, put these back in the supply so they're available for us to buy, and you've used your black market card, and you carry on. Once you have got through this deck, you will play out 2 more rounds and you will end with 3 cards in your hand. Once everyone has 3 cards in your hand, you end the game. You tally up any money you've acquired in profits, hopefully throughout the game. You will sell all your shares in the companies and all your commodities at the current price. If you sold, say, these 2 green here, you are going to get a value of 21 for each one. Add up all your money. Whoever has the most money is the winner. There we are. What a lovely little stock market game this is. Mercurius. Enjoy.